Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. I am your host, Victor Nub. Today we are looking at Ghostbusters, released in May of 1987. This game was actually originally produced, I believe, for the Commodore 64, and this was kind of a remake for it with some spruced up graphics and probably better sound. And if you are one of my close friends, you're looking at this and going, wait a minute, why is this video being put up again? I actually did a test video for Nub's Collection using this game just as the prototype to see how the series would work out. So, yeah, this is kind of a repeat, but we're going to run the game again, maybe try a second run, because the first time I just went through it one time. Yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to do an official video for this instead of just a test one. So, as we do with every game that we play in Nub's Collection, I am going to read the story setup for this game. Again, this is from the What's Happening section that they seem to put in almost every one of the instruction manuals for the game. Busting ghosts is tough. You have to have the right wheels, the right tools, and a heck of a lot of nerve. That's why they've picked you to run the business. You'll start out with $10,000 in your bank account. You'll have to use part of this money to purchase all the things you'll need. I thought I saw a comma there. That was weird. Then, you'll be given a map of the city. Whenever ghosts enter one of the building will blink, and you'll have to make tracks to get there as fast as you can. Once you reach the building, you'll use your ion beams to trap the ghosts. When you get all of them, the scene returns to the map and you'll start looking for ghosts all over again. Sometimes you'll have to return to headquarters to pick up a new man, to recharge your ion beam, or to empty your ghost traps. When the Marshmallow Man enters the scene, you'll have to drop everything and confront this monstrous mess. Sneak your men past him to enter the Temple of Zule, and I pointed out in the original test episode that they spelled Zule, Z-U-L-E, in the instruction manual, which is not correct. You'll see when we actually play the game, it's spelled out on the main map. Once you've entered Zule, you'll have to climb the stairs, attacking roamers as you go, and try to make it to the top. There, at the top of Zule, you'll have one last assignment. Defeat Gorza. They spell it G-O-R-Z-A. It's not correct either. With Gorza's power depleted, the rest of the ghosts will also be powerless. The city will return to normal, and your name will go down as one of the city's greatest heroes. I did not do the Who's Who section when I did the test episode, so we'll go ahead and read that real quick. You're a Ghostbuster, as if that wasn't obvious. Armed with a souped-up car, special ghost-busting equipment, and lightning reflexes. And you're after those ghosts, who are armed with flying dishes, slime, laser beams, and the ability to become invisible at will. Here's who's who in the world of ghosts. And then they have a whole section of ghosts. I don't know if I should read all of that. Yeah, we'll skip that part. But yeah, there was a Who's Who section in this one, and as I said before in a previous episode of Nub's Collection, they do kind of get rid of some of those sections in the instruction manuals going forward. I don't know if that's because they decided it was not really important to setting up the game in some cases or what, but let's go ahead and get started. So, to explain how the game works is basically every time you play the game fresh, you start with $10,000. As you play through the game, you earn money, and at the end of the game, if you don't defeat Gozer, you actually get whatever's left over from your various ghost-busting ventures when you play through the game. You do have to spend money to purchase equipment. Every time you catch a ghost, I believe it's about $400 per ghost that you capture. And also, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man will show up sometimes on the screen and try to stop you, or try to destroy a building, rather. Let's not do that one, or that one. This one for certain. We have to have that. debating whether or not to spend money on ghost traps or get the laser confinement system. So basically the way it works is ghost traps, each time you use a single ghost trap, whenever you shoot the capture beam out of the trap, that counts as one use of the trap, whether you capture ghosts or not. The high capacity traps let you do that 3 times before they're full or unusable. And the laser confinement system, which we can't afford right now, basically makes it so that no matter how many traps you have, and this is why I'm debating here, you will never run out of space. Basically, they automatically get entered into the laser confinement system, and you don't have to worry about running back to base. Super Anion Beam would be nice too, but I think the ones that we gotta have are definitely... We gotta have... We'll just buy 3 of these. A little cheaper than high-capacity traps. And I think we're going to try to do a second run after the first one here, depending on how things go. If they go really bad, we won't bother. But I think that's good. The defensive wall, I didn't pick it up on the initial test episode, but there is a very specific use for it, which is these ghosts on the perimeters of the screen. Basically, they're all trying to get to the building Zule. And when they do, it drives up a PK meter that's running throughout the game. That PK meter has 3 levels, blue, yellow, and red. Once the red meter fills completely, that's when Gozer will arrive, and you'll have to go and you won't even have a choice. You'll be forced to go to Zule, and you'll have to confront Gozer. It starts with you actually going and trying to enter the building past the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who just kind of bounces back and forth in front of it. But after that point, you can't earn any more money. I don't think you get any for hitting ghosts while you climb the tower, if you actually manage to get in. But that's the end of the game, basically. Whether you succeed or fail, that's the end point. So the defensive wall basically just stops the ghost from moving. And you can see on the left side of the screen there, the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper are both active. If you touch either of them while they're walking around, you will lose money. So you want to avoid them as much as possible. Running into the ghosts like I've been doing here will actually stop them in their tracks until you leave this screen and go to one of the load screens. We're just going to go to the shop and pick something up while we wait for a ghost attack. So hitting cars doesn't damage you. If you get forced into a wall by one of them, because you bounce off the vehicles when they collide with you, you can get destroyed. And also those construction sites that you're seeing on the screen in a couple of cases there, those will also destroy your vehicle. Why they didn't make the Ecto 1 the best vehicle in the game, I don't have a good answer for you. That would seem to have made more sense than the way they did it, but I'm not the game designer. I didn't make the call on that. Super Anion Beam doesn't make it easier to catch ghosts. It just means that your beam has a larger charge. Alright, got one. So basically, if it wasn't obvious the first time I ran it out, all you do is you place the trap, you fire your proton pack up, you drag the ghosts underneath the trap, and then ignite it so that it captures the ghost, pull it down. If you don't catch all the ghosts on that first ignition of the trap, it will actually cause the ghost to attack one of your Ghostbusters, and that'll incapacitate them. The only way to get them back is to... Oh, see, I lost a little money by clipping the Gatekeeper there. The only way to get them back is to go back to base. None of them are permanently lost. You can always recover them just by running back to base. Although you do have to have 2 Ghostbusters in order to actually go out and catch ghosts. They won't let you do it with just one. Because teamwork makes the dream work. Wink. Whoa. Yeah, actually, if you sit perfectly aligned with the stripe on the street, you'll go between cars like you keep seeing me do there. That's not just some OCD tick, it's actually a trick to avoid collision with other vehicles. And after you start your beam, you can always adjust people to get a better capture on some of these if one of them gets away, because they can unfortunately get past your beam, as you see one of them just did there on the right side. A little annoying, but I guess that's to make catching ghosts a little more tricky. And let's go here. Oh, they got away. Alright. So the defensive wall, if I hadn't said it before, basically what it does is it stays on the screen permanently, and once you put it down, any ghost or gatekeeper that tries to go past it will get stopped. The gatekeeper and keymaster actually won't get stopped, per se. They'll just kind of turn around and go back the other direction. But the ghosts will actually freeze in their tracks. It's basically a quick way to permanently slow the game down by a fourth, because one of the ghosts will not be able to advance to Zule at that point. So for $1,500, it's not a bad idea, but when you're first starting out in the game, you don't want to spend the money on something like that. It's not going to help you any. So in case it wasn't obvious, I am very familiar with how this game works, because I like this game a lot. I think it's a very good game. And in fact, there are some elements of roguelites in this game. A game made in 1987 has roguelite qualities? How is that possible? Well, one playthrough is random each time. You aren't guaranteed the same experience each time, because the ghosts don't go to the same buildings in the same pattern every single time you play it. There's equipment to purchase that you don't carry over between playthroughs. Every time you start fresh, you have to get another vehicle, you have to get more ghost-busting equipment. And the circumstances of the game basically start fresh for you. You don't see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or Gozer until the very end. Let's do the laser confinement. So now we don't have to go back to base anymore. If one of the Ghostbusters is incapped, then yeah, we'll have to go back to base, but otherwise, that's all we needed. So, let's go catch some ghosts. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Very busy. Also, one of the items I picked up at the very beginning there, at the outset, was the ghost vacuum. Basically, when you're driving to a ghost attack site like this, you have roamers that pop up on the screen. When that happens, if you press one of the keys on the controller here, they'll actually get drawn to your car and then vacuumed up. Why that wasn't a part of the movies, I have no idea. Might have been an idea that they had at some point and just got scrapped because they couldn't figure out how to do it, but it'd be nice if they put it in the upcoming movie. And speaking of which, let's talk about the upcoming movie. We're talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife because this episode, I don't think I mentioned, is being recorded on September 9th, 2021. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think what people are just not getting, they didn't get with the remake, they didn't get with Afterlife, is that part of what made Ghostbusters work wasn't the premise, it wasn't the effects, it wasn't the story, it was the actors that were involved. Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson, who, by the way, if you hadn't noticed, there are only white Ghostbusters in this game, which I find very racist, and I don't know why they didn't put Winston into the game, which is silly. I don't know why they didn't do that. But those were 4 actors who just were at the top of their game at that point in time. And they're the reason why the first Ghostbuster movie worked the way that it did. I don't know if you could say the same about the remake that came out a couple years ago. And as much as I love Paul Rudd, and I think the mom was Carrie Coon, I don't know if they're going to be able to recapture that same magic either. I think it's just going to be a CGI fest, and maybe they're hoping because they brought in the son of one of the directors, and that, and the teaser trailer came out, spoiler alert if you don't want to hear this, mute the mic now. They show what looks like Dan Aykroyd answering a phone. It certainly sounds like him. It could also have been Bill Murray, but I just don't know. I don't know if just having them as a brief cameo trying to pass the torch to the next generation is going to do it. Oh, okay. I guess if you have the laser confinement system, you can reactivate the trap. That's good. That'll make this a lot easier. And I need to... I'll just let that one go. If you don't finish a ghost attack when it happens, I believe the PK meter goes up some as a result. Can't guarantee that, but yeah, anyway, I don't know if I'm really looking forward to this movie coming out. I think what they did in 1984 was special and unique, and I don't know if... Oh, crap. Get in there, dummy. I don't know if that's something you can recapture. Sometimes you just capture lightning in a bottle, and you have to accept that it's as good as it will ever get, and you can't redo it. As negative as that sounds, you know, that's just the way that I feel about it. Did I already get the bait? I did. All right. So the bait's very important. In the third phase here, there's going to be attacks by the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The only way to stop him is to put down ghost bait right when the attack starts. The game does give you a chance to purchase an item. You can see that in the shop there. That'll warn you that he's about to attack. And it's a nice addition, but it's not critical to beating the game. Same with the PK meter that you can see in the shop as well. That will warn you where a future ghost attack is going to occur, which can help you with routing, but it doesn't actually help you capture ghosts any better. If we had that building at the top there would probably have been lit purple right before I went down to the bottom of the screen to the building we just got done with. So it'll help you with routing if there are multiple buildings that are going to be attacked, but it doesn't tangibly... Why are you not moving? There we go. It doesn't make this any easier. And first attack. All right, so put down the trap, or the ghost bait, and if you catch him before he attacks the building, you get $2,000. If you fail to capture him, I can speak. The city for some reason decides that you have to pay for the destruction of the building, and they charge you $4,000. Which, by the way, $4,000 for a destroyed building seems very reasonable. Maybe too reasonable. Alright, guy, come on. Get in there. We're doing very well right now, by the way. It's rare to have this much money in a first playthrough, but I'm doing good. This bodes well for a second chance if we go after it. I like that this one roamer on the left side is coming to the trap, making my life a lot easier. Gotcha. Thank you, guy. Wow, I'm surprised. Normally I get attacked multiple times during the red phase by the Marshmallow Man, and he shows up one time? It's weird. I don't know if there's a tangible difference between the roamers, which are those yellow banana ghosts, and the slimers, which we're seeing right now. Also, if you thought that ghost flashing was annoying or somehow difficult to handle, you can pick up an item at the shop that makes him stop flashing. I don't think it actually has any effect on how difficult it is to catch the ghosts. And in fact, we'll just go in here just to buy it. Why not? It might. I don't know. I feel like every time I play this, I learn something a little different. Those are some intense colors that they chose for that exterior for their shop. There we go. Alright. We got a whole lot of buildings here. We're probably only going to get to one or two of them before the end of this. Because, as you can see, the ghosts are starting to move faster and faster towards Zule, so it's getting harder to get to everything we need to get to before the end here. If we finish with 30,000, I will be very impressed. That is a great first run. I think it's going to be close. Oh, gotcha. Wow. I'm stunned. Usually when you play this the first time, if you don't know the mechanics or you don't have good equipment, you start out and maybe you make your money back and a little extra. Maybe you don't make your money back. And I think if you don't have $10,000, the game will actually, like, scold you. It'll tell you have to have 10,000 just to enter Zule, which is a nice way of them saying that, hey, the game's about to end. Oh! Thank you for the extra 2,000 at the end there, guys. So, that's the end. The gatekeeper and the keymaster go to Zule, and my car is just going to magically levitate to the building. Which does not make any sense. Alright, so the key is, as far as I can tell, get on the far right side, and then when he's in the air, go. Got it. I think you have to have 2 Ghostbusters in order to start the next segment. Oh! I almost messed that up. So I did a little reading on this section here, and apparently this section was also in the Commodore 64 version of the game. But one of the things that was not included in that version of the game is what you'll see in a second here. I'll highlight it. I gotta get down here and shoot him. He'll clip me if I don't. That attack I just did at an angle was not a feature of the Commodore 64 version of the game. Apparently they thought the game was too easy and they made it so that you had to do everything by shooting horizontally. There was no angular feature to the proton pack. Which is just nonsense. The game's hard enough, you don't need to make it any harder. And that ghost right there, you just saw it, he throws plates. So if you don't clip him early, and he gets a bunch of plates out, he can really mess up your run here. We're doing alright. The first time test episode, things did not go well. Uh-oh. I don't like that placement. Oh, can I get past him? I did. Excellent. Alright, we're doing great right now. This is surprising. There's the exit, in fact. I may or may not make this. Oh, I don't like that one. Oh, go, 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 go! Ah, sweet. We didn't do this on the test episode. I think you only need 1 in there to finish. Alright, final run. Here we go, guys. This is Gozer. My favorite 2 words on Nub's collection are full disclosure. I have never beaten Gozer. This is a very tricky fight because of the way that they fire. Oh! I clipped by a fireball. I'm gonna assume that's Dana who just shot me. And that it was Peter Venkman that got shot. Ah, too early. And as you can see, there is a limit to how many bullets you have, so you gotta get it right on the limited number of shots you have, or you'll lose. Oh, is this gonna be... Oh! Oh, the game got me so excited I thought I was gonna have a chance to beat it for the first time ever. Wow, what a first run. I mean, you're so used to seeing me play games that I'm terrible at, not getting any further than just the first 2 or 3 stages, and I managed to get to the final boss on this one. Oh boy, that is a hot mess. Let me scribble that down real quick, because we are going to try one more run. Let's see, that was 6, 5, 5, 6, 4, 7, 0, 6, 7, 6, and I use my initials, Victory Nub. Alright. That's a 655. It is hard to tell on this TV. The pixels blown up on a big screen TV, it is very difficult to read some of the text here. Alright, so that was a very good first run. I am astonished. I figured it was going to go the way that most of my runs usually go, which is kind of a middling improvement to the money that I had to start, and no tangible help from what I earned in the next playthrough. 7, 0, 6. Oh, stop. Squishy D-pad. All right. That's a great starting value because that means I can get everything I want without having to go back to the shop, I think. So, in case it wasn't obvious when I did it the first time, this is the best vehicle. I know it doesn't have the fastest engine like the sports car, but you can see it has way more room for items. We're going to try to get everything this time. We'll pick up the critical ones first. The critical ones being, you got to have ghost bait. You got to have one trap, which will do, and the laser confinement system. We want the super ion beam. We want the ghost paralysis system. We want, I didn't pick up the vacuum, did I? No, okay. Yeah, we want the super vacuum. The difference here is you had to be kind of close to the ghosts to vacuum them up. With the regular one, the super one, as soon as they're on the screen, you press the button and they start getting drawn in. So that's a very helpful item. So the defensive wall, the turbocharger, and then these 3 meters here are kind of just cherries. You don't need them, but we'll get them if we can get all of them. So that's 6,000 there. 8,000. Ooh, we're close. We'll take this, and we'll take this one. So those are critical, because we're going to put up the defensive wall in the bottom right corner, which is the furthest away from all the stuff that we have going on, and it'll help stop one of the ghosts, in theory. I believe it's possible that they can spawn past the defensive wall after you respond to a call, which would kind of make things a little more difficult, but it catches the ghosts when they run into it, which is the important part. We'll buy the sensor. We'll buy the detector. I didn't get the... Did I get the turbo? I did get the turbo. All right, and we will come back after we get enough money to buy one image intensifier, and then that's it. Let's go. So we're going to put the wall right here. And go to this one. Also, I think when you buy the PK, the Super PK Energy reader, basically what it does is it tells you the difference between an attack's about to happen versus an attack is happening with the color. Purple tells you an attack will be happening in the near future. When it flashes red, I believe the attack is ongoing. If it's solid red, I believe the attack is imminent. It hasn't actually started, but it will soon. Yeah, see? I don't know what it is. I thought the wall stayed up the entire game, and it does not look like that is the case, because it's gone now. Also, every time you get on the screen, you drive around like I'm doing right now, the game will actually charge you kilometers. I believe one for every little block you saw there, little black dot on the screen. That way, if you spend time just kind of aimlessly wandering around the screen, you actually get charged a time between when you start driving and when you arrive at your destination. That way to discourage you from just kind of wasting time. I want you to be focused and efficient. Get to those objectives quickly. Don't waste time. Alright, we are fully kitted out and everything now. It's just gravy. Get money. Alright, so that purple flashing building down here just means that a ghost attack is going to happen in the near future. If we go to it right now, I don't think anything will be there. Couldn't hurt. But we'll see when we get there. If we were too early, the guys will run out to the building and they won't see anything there and they'll just kind of go back to their car. Come on, catch him. Got it. Oh, we got just in time. Things are a lot easier when you slow the ghosts down, obviously. I think I mentioned something a couple minutes ago about the fact that they can go over the top of the beam, which is silly. Especially when you consider the game built a 3D plane for you to traverse when you're out trying to catch the ghosts. You're not stuck at the very top edge of the screen like, oh, crap. Like I've been doing. Just as a matter of course, it's actually easier to catch the ghosts when you're at the top of the screen. But you can move up and down. So, see like this here. But it doesn't add anything to your ability to catch them, because they fly so high on the screen already. Going lower on the screen would make it more difficult to catch the ones that are out. Come on, move. I'm gonna get you. Well, the graphics they gave Louis Tully's character model there are just stunning. Just look like one of those wooden mannequin dolls. There's a specific name. The ones you use for like art classes to draw figures taking specific poses. It looks like it's just one of those with a very small wig and a white shirt and pants on. Got him. And we're at another site. Let's just wait a second. And go. Nope, too early. See, now we're gonna walk back to the car. Nothing. Go ahead and hit a couple of these, go back to the site. Now it's right. And I mentioned in the test episode, the cars seem to have faces on them. You can see like a frowny face and two eyes where the headlights would be. Maybe it's just my imagination. I would like to believe they put ghost cars in the game, or possessed vehicles that'll try to eat you if you get too close. Just my overactive imagination. Scoop them up. So obviously this episode's going to run a little bit longer than our standard episodes of Nub's Collection, because we're trying a second run, and the first one was so successful that we managed to get all the way to the final fight. Unfortunately, your financial success will increase your chances of finding your way to Gozer, because that last march up the stairs is very much RNG, random number generation, where the ghosts are going to appear, which ones you're going to see. The harder ones are going to appear near the top, but you don't have any idea what the placement's going to be, because they just seem to pop up at certain intervals, and it's kind of difficult to know which ones are going to show up where. And the tough ones are the roamers that throw those plates, and then there's a version of Slimer that's a little bit flattened out, and that one just has a very unpredictable path that he follows, so it's difficult to predict what he's going to do. And if you kind of get caught with him underneath you, since there's no way to shoot down on the screen, he can very easily take a shot at you while you're passing overhead. If I had to wager which game I played the most on Sega Master System, of all the games that I had, and I didn't have a ton of them, I think we had maybe in total about 17 or 18 games, this may be the one that I played the most. There was something fun about the loop of catching the ghosts and making money and trying to get further in the... I don't know what that building was supposed to be, the Chrysler building? Obviously they're just called Zule, because that's the name in the movie, but I think it was supposed to be the Chrysler building that they did everything in. And I think that's kind of the appeal of roguelites and roguelikes in general, is, you know, the element of randomness and the taste of success that comes after, you know, hardship. And I find those kinds of games very appealing. I like a game that is tough but fair. And as we'll find out, you know, in probably one of the long plays at some point in the future, I love Dark Souls. Love Dark Souls. One of my favorite series of all time. There's something very entertaining about a game that challenges you to, you know, fight an enemy that may not always have the same damage potential that you do. Maybe they fight a little bit harder, but there are tactics that you can employ to mitigate that damage that they do. And we'll probably go over the mechanics of that when I eventually do play the game. There we go. Look at this. We're only in the yellow phase, and I'm almost up to where I had the amount of money I had in the last playthrough. Every playthrough now is just candy. We're getting extra money we don't even need at this point. Come on, bananas. Let's go. Oh, come on. Get him. Yeah, I like that. It's very expensive, but if you can get that laser confinement system, it makes your life so much easier, because you're not wasting time going back to base to empty those traps. So all you're doing is just pure ghost busting. Come here, you. I think it's easier to set the trap near the majority of the ghosts and try to sweep and get the last remaining one instead of doing it the other way around, because if you have multiples, they all act differently and you have different chances of them doing stuff that you don't want them to do. Come on. Turn. Let's go. And we're getting close to the red phase of the PK energy meter. So at some point in the next couple of minutes here, we're going to see buildings start turning green. And what that means is that an attack by the Marshmallow Man is imminent. Boy, this guy is fighting me. Alright, just fire the trap now and we'll catch this last one. Come here, jerk. Get over here. Get away from me, huh? Alright. Quick trip to the next one. Scoop mode. I like that the game lets you pass over a ghost that's outside your beam to catch it, but when you try to do it with one inside, obviously it pulls them towards the trap. Nice touch. Probably would have made the game a lot harder if you fired the beam and you tried to sweep towards one that was outside of the perimeter that you create. That it would just push them away. That would make the game a lot harder. Come on, enter. Oh, I thought it turned green. Excuse me, it turns the building kind of a pale gray color. You can see in the middle right side of the screen there was one that was marked for a future attack. So when we get done with this trap here, we're probably going to have to stop an attack. Right now. Yep, there we go. That was that building on the far right side there, in the middle. And now it's back to normal. Oh, a lot of attacks coming up. We'll go to this building now. It's probably too early. Yep, way too early. And then when we get done, it'll probably be red. Yep, there we go. Come on, guys. Get over here. Oh, stop. No. I'm sure this is meant to be also a little bit of the punishment if you do let a Marshmallow Man attack occur. The building obviously gets destroyed, which means there will be no more ghosts that can attack it, which means you have less chance of potential ghost call to go out to. Ooh, almost. Got him. Boy, that one building is just constantly being attacked. If I was the residents of this building we're going to right now, I wouldn't want to live here. They have been harassed by ghosts non-stop this entire game. At some point, you gotta be like, hey, oh no! I wasn't paying attention to my beam power. So the laser confinement system will catch all the ghosts for you. However, you still have to keep your beam charged. We responded to a lot of calls, so I lost a Ghostbuster. And now we got him back. And now we got another attack. Honestly, we could just let the clock run out. Look at this again! These poor people. They must be sitting over just like a massive, like, spawn gate of enemies. Of course, it is New York, so maybe it's just how they feel every day of their lives. I don't live in New York. Sorry to anyone who lives in New York. Alright, I think we'll try one more. Look at that. They're going to be attacked again. I think we're going to get one more good ghost assignment here, and then it'll probably be the end. Yeah, you can see the meter's almost full now. Come on. Gotcha. Last guy. We're going to make 60,000. Well, probably not. We're going to get real close to 60,000 for that last run. And now the Keymaster and Gatekeeper show up, and I go to Zule. So I made it look so easy the first time, which means the second time here, I'm probably going to get bounced by him on the first two guys, and that'll be the end of the game. Oh, I got it. Look at that. I cannot tell you how many times I got to this part and got bounced like that. I just lost my mind because it was like, this game is not fair. I don't know why I can never do this. There we go. And now as an adult, I can do it almost at will. So obviously you get 3 chances to get to the top of the tower, and they showed you earlier, you only need to do one Ghostbuster to advance to the third and final part of this phase here. Ooh, nailed him. Nailed him. Our timing down. Oh, didn't get that one though. Got him. Got him. And the dish thrower is going to start showing up here soon. I think I can get over him. Got him. Got over the Slimer. Good. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh! Get him! Whew. Those are scary encounters because they can throw those plates a long way. Now, why a Ghostbuster would be taken out by a simple dish, I don't know. It didn't seem to be in peak physical condition in the original movie or in the sequel. So I don't know. Oh no! You see what I mean? These guys are sneaky. We were almost there. I do love the beautiful New York skyline that they show in the background there. Stunning. Picturesque. Oh, no, you don't. Come on. I need you. There we go. Uh-oh. That's trouble. Alright, let's make some progress. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Oh! Ooh, that was dice. That was dicey. Come on, guys. Gotta make some progress here. Alright, get past him. There we go. Now we're moving. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this! Alright, we made it. Uh-oh. That's trouble. Whew! Oh, no. That's not good. Alright, we got him. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. I don't like the placement of either of these ghosts. Come on. Oh! Don't dodge! How did that not hit you? Alright. Final approach. Let's do this. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Alright, look at that. 2 back-to-back attempts on Gozer. That is impressive. I'm stoked. This is the first time I've beaten the game in person. That would be awesome. Without cheating. You say, without cheating, what do you mean? Well, I did have this as a ROM at one point through means that I will not describe in detail because ROMs are illegal, kids, if you don't own the game. Don't do it. Get him! Oh! Yeah! You are witnessing history, ladies and gentlemen. I have owned this game for probably 30 years, and I have never beaten it until today. Without cheating, that is. I can't believe it. This is an exciting moment. I should probably be reading all this text, but I'm recording it, so I'll just read it later. That is awesome. Outside of the long play, this is the first game we've actually beaten on Nub's Collection, the core series. Wow. I'm stunned. I didn't think that was going to happen. I figured I was just going to have a run or two of me failing miserably either in the building or just getting bounced by Marshmallow Man. I never expected to actually get to Gozer. I'm shook. I don't know what to say right now. That is incredible. All right, well, let's do our wrap-up. The review phase here is probably going to be a little bit more favorable because I just beat the game, but so be it. Let's do the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is the gameplay loop is solid. It is great. Wander around, catch ghosts, get items, get to a final phase. That is difficult, but as you could see before, doable. That's hard to say about some of the other games we've played in this series. The bad. The fact that there's only like one track during the core gameplay and you get maybe a different song at the end here. That's it. Would have been nice if they'd tried to make their own music. I know that the main Ghostbusters theme song is great, but they could have thrown something else in there. And the ugly, as we mentioned before, where's Winston? He's a Ghostbuster. He should have been in this game. The fact that they didn't put him in looks like either lazy programming or simply racist intentions. They should have put him in the game. Flat out. As for a review of 1 to 5 stars, I gotta give this one a 5. I still enjoyed playing it today, and it was exciting to be able to beat the game for you guys in a live recording. That was a lot of fun. Well, I think that'll wrap things up for this particular episode of Nub's Collection. As always, I do appreciate you all watching this game, and in the particular case of today, getting to see history, seeing me beat a game that I had never beaten before without cheating. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate you all tuning in every week, and I will see you next time.